Hi, I'm William, and CEO of Maestro AI. Maestro keeps teams in sync with generative summaries. First, let me tell you a little bit about my background. At my last job, I was director of product at Headliner, and that meant I got pulled into meetings all the time. And when I came back from them, this is what I saw. 50, 100 different messages from all over the place. Slack, email, Jira, you name it. And since I was responsible for driving alignment, I was the one who needed to read these messages and then put them in the right place. That meant I spent hours a week copy-pasting information from Slack to Jira, what have you. It was very frustrating, especially because I was tasked with real work, trying to figure out how to generate revenue, what's our pricing model going to be, and I was spending hours copy-pasting information. When I asked around, it turned out that this was a problem that pretty much everyone felt, and that's because the root cause is ubiquitous. Team collaboration doesn't scale. Fred Brooks, in his book, what was his book? Mythical Man Month, good. Fred Brooks, in his book, The Mythical Man Month, talks about how if you have a late software project and you add someone new to the team, the project actually ends up getting later. And that's because as you add someone to the team, the communication cost, the collaboration cost, the alignment cost just explode. And if you have some person who's not aligned, well, they drag the whole team down. In fact, the Project Management Institute in 2018 found that 10% of every dollar is lost, equating to $2 trillion lost every year. After I left Headliner, I realized that I wanted to solve this problem. I made it my mission to solve this problem. So I joined the Allen Institute for AI, where I wanted to see if there was AI that could help. There, I met my co-founder, Justin, over there, who just so happened to have thought about this and done research in this space while at Microsoft Research. And he showed me some papers where he found that summarization is key. Teams that summarize and synthesize their content are both more successful, more effective, and they're less overburdened. This matched up really well when we went out and did customer discovery. We found that the highest performing teams all had a very common point. For example, one team at Reddit, they all had one person who was obsessed with sending out a weekly or a daily summary of what was going on, including things like what the team worked on, what their priorities were, what tasks they had to work on next. And we realized, hey, if we can automate this, we'd be able to not only solve my personal problem, but also solve the problem of team collaboration as a whole. Well, for the first time, it's possible. With large language models, you can take free-form text generated from places where people work, and you can produce something that's not only readable and understandable, but that people want to read. We're building Maestro AI. Maestro generates delightful AI-generated summaries of everything that's going on in your team, pulled from sources like Slack, email, documents, tickets, and more. Let's jump into a quick demo. Here, we're following James. James is an engineering manager. I like it. It's real. James is an engineering manager at Stratalus, a cloud services company. And they recently grew from 3 people to 10 people. When he comes back to his desk after a long meeting, just like me, he gets pulled into meetings all the time, this is what he sees, tons of notifications. So how can Maestro help? Well, if there's a particular channel that he wants to catch up on quickly, he can ask Maestro, hey, summarize this for me. And Maestro produces a quick couple bullet point summary of what happened in this channel, along with any important links he missed, and then also any takeaways that his team has flagged. This summary then goes into the Maestro Minutes channel, which acts as a table of contents for his team. It includes all the summaries that have been generated in a readable, skimmable form that he can dig into the details if he wants more. And, best of all, at the end of the day, James and the whole team gets a summary of the entire day's activity delivered straight to their email, including things like conversations, important takeaways, any ticket discussions, and more. This is how we can scale collaboration. And the contents of this email is not a mock-up. It was actually generated with AI. As you can see from the demo, while this is a huge problem, We're focused on a very narrow target to get started, and that's growth phase engineering teams. And that's for two main reasons. The first reason is that they don't use that many tools, actually. There's email, chat, documents, a ticketing system. That's more or less it. It's a tractable problem for getting information in for summarization. And then the second reason, maybe a bit more importantly, Justin and I are both engineers by trade, so we understand the space. And we also understand that if we specialize, we can fine-tune our models and produce content that's better. We don't want to end there, though. We can roll up these summaries up the management chain. So from the team level to the org level to the entire company level. Imagine a CEO of a company getting a daily briefing on what the entire company has been doing and if they're aligned according to his priorities. What CEO in the world wouldn't want that? We're building Maestro AI. Orchestras need a conductor. Teams need a maestro. Thank you.